Oh, hey, we're live. There we go. So, yeah, we're live planting corn. I'm in the Fendt Momentum. This is actually the last day that we're going to be using this planter, so I thought we'd jump on here and do a live stream. And yeah, here we are. Still opening up this field. We got a 100 and it's right at 100 acres actually. So that's where we're at. I'm not really going all that fast since we're talking on the camera right now. How's everybody doing? How's the weather? Is anybody else still planting? I see a lot of the country is done. Y'all have had better weather than we have. Oh, there's the comments rolling in. Lots of haze. How's everybody doing? Good stuff. Hello, Maryland. Yeah, good stuff today. Ground's finally dried out pretty good. This field was strip-tilled about a week ago, if that was whenever the last dry spell was. So yeah, we're planting pretty good. Planter is running great. 99.9 singulation is kind of becoming the norm for us, at least in this planter. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see here, let's catch up on some comments. We're done planting. What's the horsepower of that unit? This is a 942, which if I'm not mistaken is 420 horse, or somewhere right around there. It might be 415, but it's in that neighborhood. Usually with AGCO, at least with the Fendts, the 9 is the series and the 4.2 is the horsepower. Cold and dreary in Kentucky. Yeah, that's how we've been for quite a while. Hey Mark, how you doing? Are you going to buy that planter? Well, I tell you what, I played the lottery last night, and it's just a matter of chance now. Now, I would love to buy this planter. I'm really loving it. I wish we could buy this planter right now, but unfortunately, it's just not in our budget at the moment. Looks like you're doing better than Zach. I think Zach's done, if I'm not mistaken. Some guys had a long dry spell of good weather. We have not been quite so fortunate. So, is what it is. I got to turn around up here in a minute. But hey guys, while we're on here, don't forget to thumbs up this live stream if you would. That'd mean a lot to me. I'd appreciate it. Kristen Hart, want $10? Want $10 twice? Well, thank you. I mean, yeah, I'll take $10. Thanks a lot. It's raining where I live. Well, I'm not sure where you're at, but I think our chance of rain, it's pretty high for later. Hopefully it holds off till late tonight. Gotta put you guys down and turn around. Like I said, we are still opening this field up, so from time to time I'll have to actually farm. Alrighty, that's better. Just hit our AB line here and we're good to go. Perfect. Hello Brian, sorry to see the Fendt go. Yeah, it is what it is, but I knew it was going to happen. I'm going to miss it too. Hey Brian, do you know if the Fendt has so many of those planters? I don't know. I'm pretty positive they just came for sale. Like pricing just went out on them like the beginning of May, so I would not imagine they've sold a lot of them just yet. I predict they're going to do well. Like as far as these units, I think they have a lot of potential. I think they're going to be a pretty good planter. Squeaky chair come factory. That is, hey, that's an accessory, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Where are you at? Wheat harvest is next week, or man, next week. Wow. Finally hit 70 again. Same here. We were right at 70 today. It has been a cold spring so far. The corn that we planted first, which I believe was right around the 22nd, 24th, somewhere in there of April, is just starting to poke through. It's taking its good old time. We still have a week left to plant. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. Did you get all that rock out of the field? I'm not sure which rock you're talking about. Sitting in Georgia waiting to unload corn. How do you like the Fendt planter? I'm quite a fan of it. I'm a pretty big fan. Internet lagged, so I did it twice. I'm sorry, Kristen Hart. I don't know how to. I don't think I can reimburse that part, or I don't know how you would work that. I don't know if you can email YouTube customer support. Maybe they can help you out there. I would tell you to call them, but they don't give you a phone number to call. Got to put you guys down here just a second. Got to get her turned around. Don't want to hit a tree. I don't think AGCO wants their tractor back with an extra dent or two. Custom, that's what I call it. You got to customize your equipment. I mean, it gives it character. Look at them tires back there. Tell me you don't think they're about to pop right off. They won't, but man, they scare you at first when you're not used to it. Alright, we got the auto steer engaged, so we are back to green flag racing. Oh, on average, how many acres do you plant with that Fendt? Unfortunately, I haven't really got to take advantage of it too much yet, just because every chance that we've planted, every planting video you guys have seen, none of them have been a full day yet, just due to weather. This will be the longest day I've been able to plant with it, and we did the AGCO crop tour plot, so that was kind of slow going this morning. We did 45 acres, but that took us till noon just because with the plot you got to stop, adjust stuff and whatnot. Tonight I'm probably going to get right around 300 acres in, so that'll be my biggest day in the tractor. It's just due to the weather. I mean, every time we've been planting, we've either had to wait on it to dry out and start like afternoon, late afternoon, or we've planted in the morning and got rained out. So, are you enjoying the Thunder Creek? I am. It's just, I wish it would have came with someone to bring it to the field. It seems like every time I need fuel, everybody's in a tractor. The farming life. Hey Brian. Hey man, how's it going? So, but yeah, the Thunder Creek's awesome. We actually just put a welder generator combo in it, so, and compressor from, I believe it was Industrial Gold. So that thing is going to be sweet. Like I said, it just needs someone to deliver it. You always need some strips. Yeah, we are on the strips. We are planning on RTK. I don't know if you can see back there, but we are right on the strips. My brother did these headlands. I transferred the way lines to this tractor, and it's working fantastic. I was getting guided on the first pass. I didn't want to start the stream on the first pass just because sometimes I do have to actually steer, just to make sure we don't hit a tree or anything. One thing that's weird, it's not weird, I'm just not used to it. With this being a 32 row, our last row unit is not in the ground. It's actually up in the air. It's kind of hanging out there. And I always drive with this side of the planter up against the wood line. So I've just been kind of cautious as to not, you know, tear that off. Are any of the beans up yet? Yeah, I've got some beans up. The ones we planted April 6th are now fully out of the ground, finally. I was kind of getting a little worried about them bad boys. When we planted those beans, it was like 75 degrees. Hasn't been that warm since. Although I did get some sunburn yesterday. Circleville native watching from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, by golly, that's where AGCO's based out of. Actually, Duluth, Georgia. Did you watch Cole's live stream? No, I missed that. Did he do one today? I'll probably might listen to that later while I'm still planning. I'm planning on running this thing till we rain, or we get another 250 acres knocked out tonight. So It's gonna be a long night. What's the temperature there? It's right at 70 degrees. Roger Trainer asked, did you find your camera? If you guys didn't know, we are off. We're off right there. I lost a camera yesterday, fellas. So there's going to be a break in videos. That video was actually going to come out tonight. I was going to edit it last night, but yesterday I left the grain bins with my camera sitting on my utility bed. Did not know it. When I turned out, the camera fell off, shattered on the road. I found pieces of it 4 hours later, never found the camera. So I really hope someone's watching this that lives in our area. Please return my SD card. You can have the camera. I just really want the SD card back, because there's one whole day of planting corn. Well, it's like half a day of planting corn in this planter. And then there's a couple other videos. I did a review on the planter. I had just filmed that right before I lost the camera. That was on there. And I started to do a review of the tractor, and I lost it too. So it's going. But like I say, hopefully that comes up. I never really like it when people do the lost footage or like lost harvest video or lost planting video, but I have one that's lost, and hopefully we get to watch it later. But I ain't holding my breath. How's the volume in the tractor? Is it my volume you guys are having trouble with, or? Oh, how's the tractor volume? I think you're asking is the tractor quiet. The tractor's fine. It's a little bit different noise than the 1038. I think you can hear a little bit more fan noise maybe, but other than that, it's great. Cole did his right before yours. Good timing on the start. Didn't know he was doing one. I think they got finished up planting. I think. I'm a little behind on everybody's YouTube videos. How many acres do you have left? Quite a bit, actually. We had 900 acres planted between the corn and beans going into today, so we still have quite a bit. Now today, Dad's also planting corn. He did spray most of the morning. He'll probably end up getting like 150 acres planted today, and I should get right around 300. So we're basically going to throw in about a third of our corn acres in one day. So that's nice. A little bumpy right there. Did you lose my patch job? That's George in the chat. George, I did lose that footage. That was on there. Yesterday, George stopped over. Me and my brother were working on the strip till bar. And he had some jeans on that are patched together because he's very cheap. But yes, I did lose that, George. You have to wear them jeans around tomorrow. Speaking of strip till, we finished strip tilling today. So the strip till bar is unhooked. The 1038 is back on the Turbo Max, which I believe that's where my brother's at right now. Maybe George can clarify that. He was by his house. What is the squeaking noise? My chair has a mild squeak to it. Got my air all the way up, and I believe that's why it has the squeak, but that's where I like my seat, so. Turned around here. We got one more trip around the field. We always do 120 feet of headlands, and especially since I'm planting corn with a 16 row and harvesting with a 12 row, we are for sure going to do 120 feet because that just matches up with the 12 row head. Drop our planter. This planter does have electric drives on it, so each row one by one will turn on as we cross our boundary. So right now we are planting. There's our AB line, or not really an AB line. It's a boundary line, whatever you want to call it. How many cameras have you lost this year? I have lost 2 cameras my whole YouTubing career. I actually lost, well, my brother did. We lost a GoPro in that field last harvest, and then that camera this year. I had one Canon M50 get soaked in a rainstorm. You think you'll have any cool demos for harvest? Only time will tell, but Dad is dead set on a gleaner demo. I don't know how dead set Agco is on one. At least it's not beeping at you. Planter's been running great. I mean, we've basically been singulating right about there the entire time. I'd say we're averaging 99.8, but earlier I looked down and let's see right there, we just flashed 100 right there. So we're planting really good. Just started planting corn in Northeast Ohio. It's supposed to rain next 4 days. Yeah, that's same here. That's why we're planting. It was actually very tacky when we started this morning, but it's like, well, it's either now or never. I mean, it's it's kind of getting to the point where we're a little scared, to be honest with you. Like, man, we want to get our corn in, like, now. So, let's see here. Are you on the strips correctly? I am. We are right on the strips. Everything's on RTK, strip till tractor, planting tractor. So very peachy, doing real good. I'm very happy with it. Even on the ends, the end row steering is doing really well. Hope you get a gleaner demo. That'd be pretty cool. When is the unveil of the strip till bar? I think it's probably going to be August, is my guess. So you guys got a while. Evening. How's it going? Oh, a little bumpy. A couple rough spots in this field. For the most part, it's pretty smooth, but we got some rough patches. It's hard to get my head around, but all your fields are small. Yeah, I mean, for certain parts of the world, for this area, we actually are pretty fortunate. We have quite a few fields in the 60 to 100 acre range. I know, like Mike Mitchell, I don't know if you guys know Mike, but he was in a field in one of his videos, 5,000 acres plus. So we don't have anything like that. That's more acres than we farm. Marilyn asked how fast I'm running. I keep forgetting, but in this stream, I'm going a little slow. Everybody's saying hi, Cole. So I'm guessing we have Cole, the corn star, in the house. Are you running 2 planters? Yes, Cole, we are. The John Deere planter is running, and this. BJ was going to get the case planter out, but we had a couple fields that really needed hit with the Turbo Max. So just a little bit of flood stock, like stocks piled up and stuff. So we're going to have 3 out for a minute, but I actually got some pretty cool drone footage right before I came to this field. Dad was in a 160 acre field, and we planted side by side, me with this planter and him with his. Should get a really nice comparison between the 2 planters. Why do you do the headlands first if you have to turn on them? Well, you can set this up, I believe, to where your boundaries it'll shut off as soon as it hits your boundary. I don't have it set that way, and I want my clutches to work. So I want my row by row shut off to work. You said on Instagram the other day you found a dead guy in your field once. Is there any way we could get the quick story? Sure. So it's like a week ago or so, Harton Farms, Ron from Harton Farms, he asked a few of us what the strangest thing we've ever found in our field was. I believe he had a shoe or something in his hand when he said this. And he said that was the strangest thing he ever found. I was like, well, Ron, I found a dead guy once. Now, I didn't find it by myself. I mean, and we kind of knew it was going to happen. We had a drug addict get on the loose, running from the cops. He ran out in the middle of one of our cornfields and committed suicide. So that was the dead guy story. Also, I mean, there's been a couple Indian relics found in fields that were like bodies, like ancient Indian artifacts. So, yeah, that's the whole story. Not nearly as exciting as it sounded, I'm sure. Got to turn around again. Darn farming, I hate it when it gets in the way. I'm kidding. Get her flipped around here. This field has some nice long passes, so it's 100 acres, but we should be able to make really good timing in here. And oh, there's the river. Looky there, ain't it purty? Look at that sun hitting it. Purty stuff, per day, as George would say, per day. All right, there we go. Locked on our line, planter's down, and we're off. If you find Native American artifacts, do you have to stop farming or do anything special? No, the time that those were found, like those artifacts I was telling you about, there's actually a university in here doing like an archaeological dig. So they were looking for them. They kind of had a pretty good idea where they were going to find them. They had scanned the ground months before that, so it's not like we pulled it up with the corn planter. Are you going to do some hunting videos again this fall? I probably will on the After Hours channel. Probably won't post that on this channel anymore. Just really trying to keep this one more around farming or stuff that has to do with us on the farm. Would you ever consider, what's considered a big field where you farm? Where I'm at, 100 acres is a big field. In this immediate area, yeah, I mean, when you go east of here, the average field size drops drastically because you're pretty much out of the flat ground and you're in the foothills. To where, I mean, a big field's 20 acres. Around here, I'd say a big field's anything over 100 acres. You go north of here and west of here and fields get pretty large. What's your favorite blend of coffee? I drink Black Rifle Calf. That's the blend, I believe. What model come with road? Does that model come with road cleaners or the ability to put them on? It is an option. This one is optioned with Yeta road cleaners. I believe you can get Martin, but don't hold me to that. But yeah, it is an option. 100 acres is what we used to average. Hold on, gotta turn. I know, it's a pain. We're on the last pass though. All right, now we're back to green flag racing. Canada banned Black Rifle Coffee in their gun ban the other day. What the? I know a lot of cool Canadians, but it sounds like part of you guys are a little crazy. That's ridiculous. It's really good coffee too. If you did a live feed from Mike's 5,000 acre field, you would never have to turn during the entire feed. That's, yeah, and I think the way they seed, they are only able to cover like, or they're only able to run like 4.5 to 5 miles an hour. That would take forever. I don't know why, but my phone just dimmed like pretty big. There we go. You guys still there? Turn the brightness up. I couldn't see the phone anymore. Hope the weather turns around. That would be great. Yeah, I'm hoping we can catch some dry weather. It's going to at least warm up. Calf equals caffeinated as F. Will make your heart rate soar. I think I have a pretty big immunity to caffeine at this point because I can drink it and go to bed. I do drink it and go to bed. What is your fuel burn? I haven't checked it for a while, but last time I checked, we were anywhere between 10 and 12 gallons an hour, which when you figure out per acre, it's pretty much on par with the 1038 at like 0.3 to 0.2 gallons per acre. What is your go-to planting music? To be honest, I don't listen to the radio all that often. Usually when I film, I have to shut the radio off because YouTube doesn't like copyright infringement. And when I do that, I forget to turn it back on for hours at a time. And I just forget. That or I'll listen to a podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I enjoy doing that. But tonight, for example, when I start getting sleepy, I will start rocking out to something. I don't know. Usually I just put it on my Apple Music and just hit shuffle. So, I mean, whatever comes up. How cold is it there? It's not cold at all. It's like, it's probably 60 now. It was 68, 70 degrees earlier. What does DEF do for the... Ooh, shoot. Coffee burp. What does DEF do for the tractor? Okay, I'm probably going to butcher this explanation, but it is a diesel exhaust fluid. So, I don't know. It basically makes it a burn cleaner. You'd have to talk to someone that knows more about it than I do. I just know we have to put it in the tractor. We had to put some in earlier today, actually. And if you don't, it doesn't work all that well. I actually just got a text from my AGCO rep. I said earlier that Martin row cleaners were an option, they are not an option just yet. So there you go. For fertilizer placement though, instead of using like the Martin, I believe Martin has like a fertilizer option with their row cleaners or something like that. They do have the precision system. I mean, that stands to reason this whole planter is running through precision stuff, but I believe it's like the Conceal or something like that. Pretty sure Randy has it, the Master Pipe Layer. Pretty sure he has something like that on his planter. Hello from Pittsburgh. Did you get your new lights for the grain bin yard? We have lights, they're not up yet. Still waiting on the electrician. At this point, I mean, he's busy, they farm, so we're not farming. We're not putting grain there, so as long as we get them before harvest, I'll be happy. How many acres are approximately done on your farm? At this point, we probably have about 1,300 acres planted. By tonight, we should have around 1,500 planted. Do you all use the PTO for that planter? There's no PTO on this planter. The case planter we had before, it had a PTO on it. Worked fine. It was just, I mean, you had to have a PTO hooked up. It's kind of, that part kind of sucked, but once it was there, it was there. You never had any trouble with it. A couple times you've had music on, it's usually good, like Cody Jinks or Tyler Childers. Those are probably my favorite modern country singers. I like their stuff. Hello from Athens. Is the planter automatic up and down at headlands, smooth and quiet? It has an auto feature. I will turn that on once we get out of the headlands and start going back and forth. It has an auto lift feature. Once it crosses the boundary, it will pick itself up, but you do have to drop it. Now, like I said before, actually I think I said this on the camera, not the live stream. This tractor does have the auto turn feature, which I can't remember what AGCO calls it. I know Zach was showing it on that John Deere tractor he is running. Same concept in this Fendt. When I get to the end, if I have that function engaged, which I don't have it set up, and I have never taken the time to set it up. I should have, but we've just always been against the weather. It will turn the tractor around, drop the implement. I believe I have to engage auto steer. I know it's hard. I have to reach over here and hit that button, and we engage auto steer. But it does everything else, so it does have that functionality. I've just not set it up yet. Someone said not country singers, Texas country. Hey, Cody Jinks is from West Virginia, buddy. He has a couple songs about Chillicothe, which is the town I live in. So that's part of the reason why, not Cody Jinks. Cody Jinks is from Texas. Tyler Childers has a couple songs about Chillicothe. So, like the Country Squire, I believe, or country, yeah, something like that. I believe has the first verse of it is about Chillicothe. So, talking about the stench from the paper mill, which is right over there. That's the paper mill's like on the other side of those trees, and you can smell it. Paper mills stink. I don't know why they stink, but they stink. All right, we've got to switch our AB line to our. Oh, where's our? Is that it? Yes. Okay, good. Just a little concern there. So why is our AB lines not there? But there they are. We're good. All right, I might have to do some nudging here. See where we're at. Drop our implement and see how far off we are. I believe we are off. Yeah, we're off like half a pass, so I'm going to get straightened up, and then I'm going to nudge over so that we are right on the money. Yep, there we go. RTK is a beautiful thing, folks. I'm a big fan. I've never planted on RTK. Dad always has, but I have not, and I like it. All the headaches that WAS gives you are gone. Someone asked earlier the horsepower of this tractor. I was incorrect. It is 415, not 420. I don't know if maybe 420 is the peak horsepower. I don't know, but it's in that neighborhood. So. All right, I got to put you guys down for just a second so I can get my nudge right. we got our nudge right on there. Basically, to do that, I mean, we were off like 4 or 5 rows. I just put in 30 inches on my nudge and nudged it over till we were right on the strips. So now we're in good shape. Perfect. Oh, apparently my wife is in the chat. Kayla Brown, do you even know how to drive? I'll send Dax to show you. Send him. My little buddy would be in here all evening, I guarantee it. People keep asking about the little Massey, the one Dad bush hogs with. Dax loves that thing. Dad mows for about 5-6 hours at a time in that thing, and usually my son will ride with him the entire time. He's a big fan. All right, we're in the long row, so we might as well get her opened up. Flip the lights on. All right. What's it like to hit a rock at 10 miles an hour? We don't have big rocks. We just have gravel. Like, this is a gravel bar right here. So we don't have a lot of big rocks. Like, for example, I've seen the millennial farmer with his rock picker. We would never need one of those. Very, very rarely. We just have a lot of little gravel, little rocks. So I don't know. A little bouncy. I believe this field is wavy from the Turbo Max. "21-year-olds be like, big deal, my Power Stroke has 600 horsepower. You want to hook bumper to bumper, buddy? I bet you lose. What percentage of overrun do you use ordering seed? What do you do with the excess?" We always have extra. You can send it back, so that's what we will do. We will plant what we plant, and then we'll send back the rest. Seed corn is expensive. It is anywhere from $200 on the cheap end to like $350 a bag. To put that in perspective, I just put $10,000 worth of seed in the back of this tractor, like in the planter. So you definitely send back what you don't use. What we will usually do is we will buy enough Pro boxes. The Pro boxes are the big black boxes. They hold 50 to 40 units of seed. We will buy mostly those, and then we will buy 1 pallet of bags. And basically that pallet is to finish up. So we will basically narrow it down to within 50 units. That way we can finish off the planting season with bags and then ship back what bags we don't use. $700 an acre just for seed. No. Not $700 an acre for seed. 1 bag of seed, 1 bag of corn will plant, I'm planting 33,000 seeds an acre. 1 bag of seed is 80,000 seeds. So you're planting just under 2.5 acres with 1 bag. So, I mean, you don't have quite that much per acre. I mean, you can have, right around $100 an acre. My John Deere dealer is giving me some crap right now. Tyler, are you in the stream? He's texting me, so I'm seeing it scroll across. Evening from Washington Courthouse. How's it going? What tire sizes do you run on the Challenger, and what is on this Fendt? I have no idea. I am not the guy to talk to about tires. Like whatever tires came on the Fendt, or the Challengers, that's what we have. Basically, they helped us order that. They said these would be better for your application. They are better, yada yada yada. So that's what we went with. Now, we obviously wouldn't want like big floats or anything like that. This ground is so soft, I should probably raise those row cleaners. Right here on the ends where he overlaps with the strip till bar, the ground is just really soft, so we kind of made it a little bumpy with the row cleaners. It's just right there where he overlaps though, so I'm not going to worry about it. But when you come into the headlands at 10 miles an hour, it wakes you up. Do you know Bandit Farmer? I do not. I do not. Jump on our unit, and we're off. 1 bag is actually enough for 1 hectare. I have no idea how big a hectare is. So, are you using starter fertilizer? No, we are not using any starter. We've never used starters since the 80s. A lot of guys around here, I've asked a lot of old farmers that, not many people in this area are using starter anymore. The ones I've talked to said they'd never seen enough improvement to pay for itself. Dad, he's kind of voiced the same opinion. He said here in our area, with our experience, he said it made the corn look pretty at first, but it just didn't, there was never any benefit. And especially with us, until my brother came back, it was just the two of us. So it was just another logistical thing we'd have to figure out. So that's why we don't run starter. Love your channel. Why, thank you. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up while you're thinking about it. How far are you from Border View Farms? I'm not sure who Border View Farms is, so I don't know. We are planning in Crawford County also. Get after it. It's going to start raining in the whole state this week, tomorrow, I think. Are you running 3 planters today? No, we are not. We do have 2 going. My brother was going to get the case out, but we had some vertical tillage that needed done. He actually just got finished up strip tilling. So he has been strip tilling the entire time that we've had this Fendt here. So we've never had 3 planters in the field at once. Right now, like I say, he is turbo tilling. We hooked that up this afternoon. So, I mean, if this thing was staying around any longer, we'd have 3 in the ground next time. But this tractor is moving on tomorrow morning. I believe they're coming and getting it. They are driving it to the next location, which is a few hours north of here. Have fun with that, fellas. Seen a super chat. Mark, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. The rain might not come. Eastern Kansas was calling for it. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. Like I say, the ground is in pretty good shape right now. All spring, we've basically been to the point where we get good conditions. Like, it's dusty right now, but that is only because we are on strip-tilled ground. Any no-tilled ground that I've been in has been very tacky, and this ground is only dry on the top. I mean, if you look over there, you can see some moisture just right under the crust of the ground. So yeah, I wish it would miss us tomorrow. All spring, we've basically been right on the edge of having good ground conditions, and then it rains. How do you get a demo on that rig? Contact your, like if you're in Ohio, contact Ohio Ag. Like I say, this planter is going north next. It is going to Lima to plant another crop tour plot, and then I do not know what the plans are for it. Unless AgCo wants to bring it back down here and just let me have it, which I don't think that's their plan. Merry Christmas to me. Flip it around. So does this tractor have the same front suspension as the 1038? That's a good question. I'm pretty positive the 1038 is a bigger frame, so I don't know, like the components might be larger on the 1038. Same concept. I mean, it's an independent suspension. You have the same functionality. You can drop the suspension right here just like you can on the 1038. So I'm pretty sure they're pretty much the same. How is the Fendt so far? The Fendt is going great. Oh, AgCo's in the house. That's pretty cool. Hi, Brian. Hope your planning is going well. Well, thank you, Jason. Hope everything's good with you. I'm pretty sure, do you think you work on the cruise line industry, don't you? Hope you all are staying safe and are able to get back to work soon. Are y'all getting all the corn in the ground? After tonight, we should have just a shade over 2/3 of our corn in. The rest of the ground is going to be pretty wet. We have one field that'll dry out fairly quick after this rain's over. And then after that, we're going to be pretty wet for a while, I'm afraid. So we've got a pretty good start on it. It's not uncommon for us to be planting corn right up till Memorial Day, so we're not late yet. Although, I mean, I would love to get it done, you know, the earlier the better. So we should be able to get done. We would probably need 2 days, 3 days maybe to finish up corn once we get dry again. Some fields will dry out before others, so it's not like we'll be able to run those continuously, unfortunately. Is the planner showing any negatives or positives? Just 1 second. Like I said, I lost a camera where I filmed a complete review on this planner and shared all that information. Unfortunately, I lost that card. I do not have it anymore. One of the only negatives I have with it, if you look where the Momentum 32 is, it's kind of hard to see those row units. I mean, you can really only see like 3 or 4 row units, unfortunately. That's my only complaint. But the catch-22 of that is, that's how you get all your flexibility, is by having two toolbars, basically 3 sections on the planter. So I'm willing to live with it. What's something else that is pretty minor, but other than that, there's really not any huge complaints that I have. I would probably order a 1631 if it was an option instead of a 32. Someone asked about the auto raise. I forgot to flip that on. It is on now. I'll show you that when we get up to the end here. I would probably order a 1631 if I was ordering a splitter. For us, I would rather have a 60-foot, just straight 24-row corn planter, 30-inch. But I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. How much downforce do you run on strip till versus no strip till? Right now, I've got my ground force set at standard. On non-strip till, I've basically been running the same. I don't know if that's right. Kind of a rookie, this whole strip till thing. In the non-downforce planter, Dad is airing it up quite a bit on non-strip till and on ground that has been strip tilled. I mean, we really need hydraulic downforce on the other corn planter. Unfortunately, we just don't have it yet. Fox VT, $20. Thank you very much, my friend. Hi from Vermont. Enjoy your channel. Thank you. Is Fendt? If Fendt is AGCO, does that mean it is still American made or overseas? So this tractor is made in Germany, but AGCO, I'm pretty positive, don't hold me to this, I'm pretty positive AGCO is based out of Duluth, Georgia. Or maybe that's just AGCO North America. Pretty sure AGCO is an American-owned company. This branch of AGCO, this division, is made in Germany. So this planter, though, is made in either Kansas or Nebraska. So it is an American-designed planter. It's strange to see, strange for locals. Is it strange to see locals or see Fendts roaming around? I don't think so. I mean, I think most of the people in our immediate area, there's not a whole lot of farm families left, so I think a lot of them just think, oh, there's another green tractor. I mean, there's another tractor. I don't think they really notice it. I get more strange looks in the yellow ones just because they're not used. Duluth, Kansas is where their planter's made. Thank you, Maryland. I get more strange looks in the yellow tractors just because there's not a lot of yellow tractors. Oddly enough, there's quite a few yellow tractors in this area of the county, though, so it is what it is. RHQ is in Duluth, Georgia. That's right, from AGCO, so there you go. That's one thing I think is a huge misconception, is that AGCO is a foreign company. There you go, they are not. 3 a.m. and you're joining. Thanks, Julian. Is Lima close to Camp? I'm not sure where that is. What's size of the field? Brian, is the size of the fields along with the weather costing you guys on planning? The weather more than anything. We can plant all of our acres in less than 10 days if we had 10 straight days. It's just been really weathered. We're actually drier this year than we were last year. Unfortunately, like I say, we're just right on the edge of having planting conditions, and then it rains again. We don't have water holes like we did last year. Last year we had some preventative plant acres. This year I don't think we're going to have any, and if we do, it's going to be less than 20. So how nervous are you that AGCO is watching the stream? I'm not nervous at all. I live 40 miles from Duluth, Kansas. Cole the Corn Star has been done for a few days. Yep, I thought I seen that he had finished in one of his videos. At least I seen him washing the planter. Knowing them guys, you never know if they're washing the planter because they're done, or if they're washing the planter just because they want to wash the planter. My brother says 1 hectare equals 2.47 acres. Thank you, brother. We have our hydraulic or our auto lift on, so there's our boundary. Once we cross all of it, it will lift up for us. So there we go, and it's coming out of the ground. Oh, I might have turned too soon. We got a point row here. The only disadvantage I've seen to the auto boundary, I mean, it does everything it's designed to do. This is operator error, but multiple times that I've had it on in non-square fields, I usually only run it if a field's fairly square, but I had a field where the headlands made like a bend around a house and went out in the field. I was going through it, the planter picked up. I didn't realize it. I wouldn't normally pick it up there, and I forgot to put it back down for a while. So, like I said, the auto feature did everything it was designed to. That was my fault, but catch up on some comments. I'm pretty far behind. Would you ever visit Holland? I would someday. I probably will not right now with the way things are in the world. How do you think the 8RX would run the strip till bar? I'm not sure. The strip till bar that we're running is a 3-point mount bar. I don't know how those tractors are weighted with the tracks. I mean, I don't know if you would get some tippy action going on. I don't know. Basically, you need weight and power. Now, we did shallow our strip till bar up in the last 100 acres we did, and we were able to pull it as fast as we wanted. Our problem with, as far as pulling speed, is just we've got a hard pan, and we're basically busting some compaction while we're strip tilling. And any place I've ripped last fall, I believe my brother said he could pull it, 7-8 miles an hour, even if he wanted. We're kind of throwing a lot of dirt at 8 miles an hour, but so it would come down to horsepower. How's the Raccoon? I have not seen the Raccoon. If you missed what he's referring to, one day I was over at the grain bins. I was actually getting a speed tube for this planter. I opened up a box and there was a Raccoon inside of it. Check Mike Less's video where he's videoing the Fendt Momentum. He has a good clip of it. Haven't seen him yet. I can only imagine that he crawled up into one of our grain pipes and died there. That's just how lucky we are. Man, apparently at 8 miles an hour, we singulate 100%. Now that let's flip that bad boy around. Of course, it goes back to 99.9. We were running 100 for quite a while. Ah, come on. Yeah, made a liar out of me. It's been extremely wet here in Kentucky, as looks like we will be out of the field for another week. 4 inches. Man, are you guys still planting? I figured you guys were done, but I haven't been keeping up with your weather. Seems like you guys are usually 2 or 3 weeks ahead of us. My favorite YouTube channel. Well, thank you very much for the kind words. Need a 600 horse 2-track in black. That would be awesome for the strip till rig. That would get done. We'd probably bump her up to at least a 16 shank. Then, oh, we're back to 100. Ah, there we are. And we're running 8 miles an hour there. So we can definitely run faster. I just kind of going a little slower for the live stream. Please give us a comparison of the tractor and implement quality and ease of operation. If I get a chance tomorrow, before the AGCO rep takes this tractor, like I said, I did this on a different camera. The camera was unfortunately destroyed and lost the chip, but I was going to do a comparison video of the Fendt 900 series versus 1000 series Challenger, which would be pretty similar to 1000 series Fendt. I wanted to do a comparison on those, and then also a review of the planter. If I get a chance tomorrow, I will still do that, but unfortunately I lost that footage for now. Normally we are done with corn, but not this year. Man, that sucks. Hope you guys can hang in there. You gonna make BJ fetch the Raccoon? I don't think he would handle that too well. Show the monitors. Well, there they are. This is just our coverage monitor. We're not really mapping to for our population stuff. That is all in the 2020. We're only painting these lines based on when we are engaging auto steer, so that's why there's a lot of empty space right here. A little bumpy here on the ends from the road cleaners. Like I said, I should probably pin those up, but I'm being lazy. Look at that tire flexing. Alright, and now we've got auto steer engaged. I'm going to engage cruise control, and we're off. Have you all sold all of your grain? We got pretty lucky. We sold most of our grain before Corona. We still do have around a third of it, and we're holding on to it for now. I don't know. I don't think we have any contracts coming up, so that grain is unpriced, unfortunately. I wish it was priced, back when corn was $4, but We didn't see this coming. I don't think many did. When Corona and the oil war started, corn went from $4.15 right down to, what is it now, like right around $3. Those lights are bright. Yeah, it has some great lights on it. I don't know what lighting package this has, or if it's available on the Challenger, but it has better lights than our Challenger. They're very bright. Would you buy that rig? I would definitely buy this rig if I had the money. Next, they will out air pressure on the tractor. Actually, this tractor does do air pressure. See, right here we are in field mode. That is our let's see here. There's our PSI on our tires. Our rear tires, we are at 18 PSI. Our fronts, we are at 20. And then whenever we go on the road, we will toggle this back to road mode, and we will start airing up to those pressures. Oh, why can't I? There we go. Apparently you had to have GPS disengaged, but got her back to green flag racing now. Does it have a front 3-point? This one does not. That is an option with the Fendts. This one is not spec'd that way. I don't think it is. I think those are just linkage arms like our Challenger. Hello from New Zealand. Would you trade that Fendt tractor for the Challenger? It would come down to price. I don't know what the list price is on a 900 series versus a 1000 series Challenger. Fendt is the premium brand in AGCO, so I would imagine that if we were comparing a 1000 series Fendt to a 1000 series Challenger, the Fendt would probably be a little bit more money. But it does come with some cool stuff, like they have a lot better warranty on the Fendts, I'm pretty sure. And a couple other little things. You get a couple more options with the Fendt. So for us, it would come down to price and if we thought it was worth it or not for those extra features. How many acres an hour are you doing? Right now, we're actually going pretty slow right now. But, that's our theoretical is 43. When I'm doing 10 miles an hour, our theoretical is right at 50 acres an hour. Now, realistically, that's much closer to 40. That 50 acres an hour would be if we never turned, like if we were just running straight the entire time. So, how much horsepower does that Fendt have? This one has 415 horsepower, and you need them when you're pulling high speed. Like I can tell when the ground's wet because the tractor pulls harder. The guy I'm working with has a Valtra tractor. Very reliable, but they will go 30. Doesn't seem very reliable. I have no experience with Valtra. I'm pretty sure it's an AGCO brand, but I don't believe they are marketed in North America. Paul, I'm not sure if the base price of a 942 is $460,000, but I'm not a dealer. I was thinking it was quite a bit lower than that, but I could be wrong. Like I say, I do not have a price sheet. It does seem like, for the most part, tractors are right around $1,000 of horsepower. Just as that's not what that's not like an industry standard. That's just what I've noticed. Turn around here and we are back to green flag racing again. What RPMs are you running at 10 miles an hour? I have my RPM set at 1500. We need those RPMs to make sure we have enough hydraulic flow going to the back, I believe. How many acres do you have left? In this field we're half done. We have 50 acres left. Let's see where we are at in the chat. Do you talk to Mike Mitchell since the farm show? Yeah, I text Mike from time to time. Mike's a great guy. He's a pretty funny fellow to talk to. And yeah, he's an entertaining person, that's for sure. Gotta ask a major question. Browns or Bengals? Don't care. Now, my brother is a diehard Bengals fan, and my father is he's kind of a Browns fan. He basically is just a Browns fan to give my brother crap. Borderview Farms. Hey, Brian, just joining. Hope things are going well down there in Southern Ohio. Just finished planting up here in Ohio-Michigan line. Hey, congratulations. It's so weird that you guys are done before us. Just it kind of seems like the opposite. Someone said, are the Drakes looking at this planter? You'd have to ask the Drakes. I don't know. Not sure. Can anyone... I'm not sure you can give anyone crap if you're a Browns fan. It's usually pretty interesting when they play each other. Do you got many beans in the ground? We have right around 500 acres in the ground, so we haven't planted beans for a little while. We've basically just been planting corn. A lot of that was just because my brother was strip tilling. Who we got in here? We are coming right up on an hour, guys. We're going to try to end the chat right around an hour. So if you got any questions, get them in. Don't forget to thumbs up the chat now. That, and we're almost out of battery life. You would think I would be smart enough to charge my phone before one of these, but I'm not. Can you tell that water lays in here when the river gets out? Heard you might be a guest on an Off the Husk podcast. Don't have anything set in stone, but I would definitely do it. Randy and Zach and Becky, they are awesome. Seems odd to see my favorite farm tubers in the same chat. Hey, it's a small community. For the most part, a lot of us talk behind the scenes. I mean, I've met a lot of farm tubers over the last couple of years, and I have not met one that I did not enjoy talking to. How did the garden turn out after the 1038 went through it? If you missed that, in one video, I was strip tilling. I'd actually just popped a tire on our cart that we pull the strip till rig with, or that we pull behind the strip till rig. So I was coming home, didn't have any fertilizer cart. I pulled up in my garden, dropped it in the ground, and strip tilled it. My garden's only like, I don't know, like 40, 50 feet long, and it's 12 rows wide. I planted it Saturday, right before a rainstorm, and she's doing good. What's your favorite YouTuber? I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, not just farm channels, so I don't know. I mean, the first channels I found when I started watching like farm stuff was, first person I ever seen doing this was Zach. I was trying to figure out how to use field view in one of our tractors and stumbled on one of his videos. But as far as favorite, I don't know. Get turned around here. We are right at an hour. We'll go for this pass, and then we're going to end the chat, folks. So, I don't know, this pass is like a mile long though, so we got a little while. And I've got the auto pickup on, and I keep forgetting about it, and I keep hitting the button anyways. You and Tony Fast look the same. Someone pointed out, like, he has a black semi similar to our black Freightliner. I don't think it's a Freightliner though, and a black Tempe trailer, or maybe it's a Wilson. And in that picture, we look very similar. What is the best thing about the Fendt that you wish was on the Challenger? I mean, the most glaring is this handle, multifunctional. I mean, I get along fine with our Challenger with just the one going in function. But when you start using some of the advanced features in the AccuTerminal, such as your auto teach-in or your auto turn, like your automated turning around, the full millennial mode, whatever you want to call it. You kind of need two going in functions, so that's nice. You just have more flexibility with this setup. On a completely non-productive thing, this thing has a radio integrated right there, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. But yeah, probably this handle. That would probably be the main thing that I like better. That's probably it, actually. I mean, they're very similar. I mean, if you're unaware, Arch Challenger is pretty much a Fendt. I mean, it's very, very similar. A lot of the things in it even say Fendt. Like these caps right here, they say Fendt in a Challenger. Our serial number, it says Fendt right on the tag. So very similar tractors, just a few minor differences. What is BFE? I believe they're talking about Borderview Farms. It's nice not hearing the 700 beep. This thing rarely beeps. I mean, like I say, we're singulating great. Our planting population's great. I'm really going to miss that. I believe I'm going to be planting beans after this thing leaves with the case planter. And we're turning the volume off on that thing. Do you own the ground the rock quarry is on? Nope, and we do not farm the ground that the rock quarry is. Well, depends on which one you're talking about. Actually, we do have a farm where we have a personal gravel pit. Did you have any frost damage over there? Our wheat got dinged a little bit, probably like a 5% ding, but we didn't lose any beans that I've seen so far, and the corn wasn't out of the ground yet, so I think we're okay. Well, flip this back around. Thanks for the live stream. Sure hope you get your card back intact. I would really love to. Like I say, if anyone in our immediate area is watching and they found a Canon M6 Mark II laying on the side of the road by our grain bins, I would really appreciate it if you could return my SIM card. Let's see, where am I? Every time I let go of my phone, my chat jumps, and I keep forgetting how to put it in slow motion. But what alternate careers would you consider if you had to hard stop in farming? Probably driving a truck or running heavy equipment. Those are things that I enjoy doing when we do them. I believe heavy equipment operating would probably be more entertaining for me, but be sure to click that like button. Just like Mark said, folks, hit that like button. Where am I? It's pretty cool seeing Agco in the chat. They're answering a lot of questions for me. Thank you. Agco says, I haven't driven the 942, just the 1000, but is the Mercedes-Benz of tractors. I mean, I'm a GM man myself, so I'd call it the Cadillac. Now they're pretty awesome. I'm a big fan. I know one thing: the 1000 series Challenger, which, like I said, is pretty much very similar to a Fendt, was a huge upgrade over our 600 Challenger. Don't get me wrong, the 685 is a good tractor. It's very reliable. We've had very few issues with it. They're cheap horsepower. Escalade, that's right. Yeah. But the 1000 series, when those came out, like, man, it was a huge step up. Denali, you're getting, I would say the Challenger's like a Denali, because GM's just one step down from a Caddy, in my opinion. We're going to turn around here, and that's going to be the end of the chat. I'm going to get turned around and answer a couple questions, and then we'll hang this thing up. What's the weirdest thing you have seen when planting or harvesting late at night? Nothing too crazy. Seen a bobcat a couple times. Those are kind of rare around here. Oh man, we're at 5% power. So, hey Brian, thanks for everything. Fleetwood. Reading through the chat, lots of thanks everybody for watching. It's really fun doing these chats, especially when people are hanging out. Definitely helps pass the time. Like, we just passed through an hour and it didn't feel like that. And just for the record, we did 38 acres in that hour. I'd like to be in your seat right now. It is a nice place to be. Like, when your tractor and the planter are running good, planting is by far my favorite job. Like, when everything's running great, I could do this all evening. It is very fun, and I thoroughly enjoy planting. I like seeing that crop come out of the ground. Harvesting's fun, but planting is definitely my favorite. Do you have any plans for 100,000 subscribers? Nothing planned yet. I would like to do some kind of, I think it's some kind of charity event. I have a couple things. I guess I do have a couple things in mind. Eventually, we're going to do a stream with the family, and we'll talk about that then. So just hang out for that. Got to get you over 100. I would love to hit 100K. Is your dad planting corn? He was finishing the field he was in, and I think he was calling it quits. Dad's more of a let's go to bed at 9, or let's head to the house at like 9 kind of guy. Thanks for the live stream. I know you'll miss the planter. Yep, I'm definitely going to miss the planter. But guys, thanks for hanging out. Like I say, be sure to hit that thumbs up on your way out, and should have a video. Probably have a video from the day, either out Friday or Saturday. So thanks everybody.